Good evening, Wait, there is no one. You all are here now. I made some changes to my space, so for now there is no place for the second camera. But enough of that. Back to the topic. In the latest versions of Streamer.Bot, they started to ditching an old way of saving stuff in the plain JSON files and now moving it to the database files. They chose LightDB for that. It's a small NoSQL database. You can interact with it in your code using DLL or using GUI tool LightDB Studio. I will show you how to access data in your C# code inside Streamer.Bot. Right now, it opens database files in the direct mode. It means when Streamer.Bot is opened, you can only read from them. Maybe someday they will change it. But if you will stick until the end of this video, I will show you one method how you can grant yourself write privileges right now. Let's use LightDB Studio to poke around Streamer.Bot global DB file and understand how everything's saved internally. This system folder, don't touch it. Seriously, you don't need to play with that. And here we have three collections. Globals, which holds persistent global variables. Temp user globals, which holds non-persistent user variables. User globals, which holds persistent user variables. There must be fourth, temp globals, which holds non-persistent global variables. But it gets deleted on every Streamer.Bot start. I don't know why they save temporary variables, which meant to live while Streamer.Bot is opened in database. But whatever. Be careful with our DB file. It contains your sensitive data. Don't share it. Now let's look at how we can use database from our code. I made a simple C# code action, which creates variables in Streamer.Bot and then reads them using LightDB library. As we saw in LightDB Studio, global and user variables have different structure. There I created classes which correspond to their structures. Here I have ID without underscore. It's not a typo, it's how it's intended in this library. And don't forget to add namespaces and references to LightDB. Sometimes Streamer.Bot is not able to find them by itself. What I'm doing in this code is: first, check if variables already exist and what they are holding. Then, just increment them and save them back. After, I check them again, first using Streamer.Bot built-in methods and then LightDB library. First, we create a connection to database, then getting collection, and looking for our variable using find_one method with its name, and in case of user variables, also using user ID, which you can grab from event variables. Let's see it in action. At the start, we are getting zeros, because we didn't have these variables. Then we are setting them with incremented values, and getting them again. Here is Streamer.Bot methods, and here using LightDB. Don't mind this error here. How I understand, when it closes read-only connection, it tries to write something in database. But of course it can't. Now you saw that it's pretty easy to read from this database. But actually it was pretty useless. Because you can do it with Streamer.Bot methods. Accessing database is actually useful when you need to get something in bulk. For example, all user variables for one user. We need to just query it by user ID. Or we need to get all users who got some variable. Here we use query and check that variable name is equal to the name of our target variable. For now there's inconsistency. You give it username to find, but it returns user ID. You will need to compare it with user ID from event or parse user.file, which is still in JSON format. Or wait until they move it into database and we will be just querying it. Or they will even use dbref and we will just have cross-collection reference to the user right inside the item. And now let's finally talk about write access. If you just want to save some global variables for your stream widget or something, you actually don't need it. Just create your own database file and use it as you wish. Don't save anything in Streamer.Bot database. So you will have full control over your data. For example, one day Streamer.Bot developers decide to change how they structure their database, and all of your data may be corrupted or even erased with an update. But if you still want to have a right access to Streamer.Bot database, then listen. As you already know, Streamer.Bot uses LightDB library. Luckily for us, it's shipped with Streamer.Bot as DLL, which stands for Dynamically Linked Library, and it sits right in the folder. You need to check version of this library. At the time of recording, it's 5.0.13. Because it's open source library, we can just go to its official repo and clone it. Then we need to change it just a little bit. I'm using Visual Studio for this. You need to find in your project connection string file and change default connection type to shared. Right now, Streamer.Bot starts connection without explicitly setting connection type. But after this video, they can fix it. Nate, please, no. But just in case, we can instead change this line from light engine to shared engine, and it will create shared connection no matter what. And because Streamer.Bot uses .NET 4.7.2, we will change target framework. Now we need to just build it and replace DLL in Streamer.Bot folder. Let's test writing to the database. Here I have small test code, which stores random value in global variable and then read it to check. As you can see, variable was successfully written and then read. And that's how you can use new functionality in the Streamer.Bot. For more information, go and read LightDB documentation. Streamer.Bot is a great tool, and it constantly evolves to be even better. It allows you to do a lot of stuff with your stream. For example, you can control your stream using a joystick. If you want to know how, go and watch my previous video. And as usual, go please the algorithm. Have a good evening and bye bye.